AITA for pregaming my wife's dinners. My wife and I are both 32. Since we got married and moved in together 5 months ago, my wife has simply not made nearly enough food for me. This is not a kind of situation where I'm constantly agitated at her for incompetence or anything like that. I would be more than happy to microwave a burrito. I would be more than happy to whip up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I can't. My wife has, every single night of our marriage, done the same thing. She'll make me a tiny dinner. I'm talking like a Chinese chicken salad with 30 grams of chicken and 10 leaves of lettuce, arranged fashionably with dressing. When I finish eating, I'm still hungry because for a 230-pound man who works a physical labor job, it's not enough food. At first, I tried to openly communicate with her, but she always took it horribly. She would adopt a 1,000-yard stare, and then begin talking about how incompetent she is and how she can't even make her husband a proper dinner. I'd try to calm her down with, "Oh honey, that's not the case. I just eat too much," or, "Don't worry about it. I can make a bit more." I'd try to be overwhelmingly positive. It never helped. She would always just get incredibly disappointed in herself, cry, and/or take it out on me. Then she would make the same exact amount the following day. After the communication route failed, I tried to eat her dinners aussi. It became hard to sleep at night due to hunger and I lost 7 pounds in the first month. Eventually I figured out my own system. On my way home from work, I started swinging by a fast food restaurant and getting myself a burger. I would basically pregame her meals with some more calories. I figured it was win-win, as what she doesn't know can't hurt her, and I could have my fill of food. I would eat on my way home, walk in the door, pick at the salad or quinoa or homemade mac and cheese she made, compliment her for her delicious cooking, and later dispose of the wrappers discreetly. 2 days ago I was on my way home and in line at a drive-thru. My meal was coming out of the restaurant. She ran over and greeted me. I asked her in a humorous way not to tell her daughter where she saw me because she'd take it badly, and she agreed. But then she narsed on me anyway. I got home to a furious wife who demanded details. When I provided the truth, she got extremely angry and looked legitimately hurt. I'm not good at handling confrontation and feel like I betrayed my wife in some way. Was I wrong here? It's a little concerning that she goes full passive-aggressive when you say something to her. It sounds like she has a really hard time when her carefully crafted mental image of herself is even slightly challenged. NTA. You have tried communicating openly and directly with your wife, but she refuses to hear you. You found a harmless way to fix the issue when she refused to make any changes. Any chance your wife has an eating disorder? NTA. She would adopt a 1,000-yard stare, and then begin talking about how incompetent she is and how she can't even make her husband a proper dinner. When she does this, you need to cut her argument off immediately. This is not fixing the issue at all, nor is it adding anything of value. If anything, she is emotionally abusing you by saying this. The "oh woe is me, I am so stupid" mentality. No. I don't know how else to stress to you that this is a communication issue with your wife. You are bringing up the issue clearly and she is refusing to see it. I don't understand her logic. If you are still hungry, you guys should just make more food. Yes, one can argue that you could just make more. Perfectly reasonable. But then what? She gets mad that you're making more food? The fact that you are getting food before dinner should be a huge tip-off. You are still hungry and just need more food. Frankly, when she complains about how hurt she is, you should say the exact same thing. What else are you supposed to do when you bring up how hungry you are and nothing changes? If you didn't need to drop 7 pounds in 1 month, and wow, That's a lot of weight pretty fast. I think the recommended weight loss is 1 pound a week. Then NTA. Your wife is willfully underfeeding you. She is feeding you like a weight-conscious, sedentary middle-aged woman, not an active man. She needs to get over her defensive, 1,000-yard stare. Or the whining that she can't make her husband a proper dinner. And you need to stop reassuring her because she isn't making her husband a proper dinner. Is she this uncommunicative and unwilling to change? And you placating in other situations? And a steady diet of fast food isn't good for you. You need to start preparing your own meals. Whether your wife likes it or not, or she needs to get TF over whatever this is. Because your solution, while clever for the short term, isn't viable for the long term. And I would be pretty unhappy with the mill. She could have minded her own business and this dysfunctional little compromise dynamic could have proceeded indefinitely and without drama. Good luck, buddy. Bro, I think she is putting you on a diet. In a kinda messed up way. NTA, but we all knew Mill was gonna snitch. NTA, don't ask an in-law not to narc on you. They will. NTA. Honestly, I find all the "what's to stop you cooking," etc. comments off the mark. Would you say that if a man was controlling a woman's diet and guilting her for stopping for fast food or making a sandwich? Clearly Op and his wife have a setup where he does a physical job and she mostly cooks. Nothing wrong with that. She's controlling his food intake and refusing to adapt to his dietary needs. She applies avoidance tactics when reasonably confronted. She is likely not eating enough herself for dinner based on the description of a typical meal. All signs point to an eating disorder. Op, get your wife some help please. NTA. She put you on a diet without your consent and is now gaslighting you about it. NTA, I'd die on this hill. Babe, if you can't make larger portions, I'll cook from now on. NTA. Breaking down crying whenever anyone offers commentary and then turning it around to beat herself up way out of proportion how horrible she is and what a failure she is. So that the person making the comment has to comfort her and console her and try to make her feel better and reassure her and forget all about their complaint. That's pretty abusive. Making it all about her, instead of acknowledging what has been said and thinking about what can be done to make amends. My mom is like that. Whenever I brought up all the abuse she did to me as a child, wanting her to acknowledge being wrong and maybe apologize, she'd start crying and begging and apologizing in a dramatic groveling way. Like literally dropping down to her knees, scream, crying and cursing herself, saying she's the worst human being on planet. Horrible mother. Doesn't deserve to live. Yada yada yada. All that just in order to avoid apologizing and facing the fact that she did something wrong. It's literally impossible to talk to her. Anything is taken and turned around to a situation where you have to comfort her and offer her love and reassurance that she's not the worst and etc. It's all about her and her feelings, so that she doesn't have to actually acknowledge and talk about what she did. The person making the complaint is left completely invalidated and unheard. All their complaints completely discarded and the full focus is on the person who did wrong. And on trying to comfort them and pull them out of their misery and reassure them how wonderful, not bad they are. NTA. Tell your wife if she doesn't make more you will. If she can't be an adult about it, then I would find an adult wife. NTA. Your wife is being unreasonable. You tried to have an adult and polite conversation with her and she turned it into a pity party and manipulation event. I would be suspicious that either A, she struggles with disordered eating herself, or B, this is her attempt to put you on a diet. You're going to have to be forceful and direct here. I would sit your wife down and this time tell her, I love and appreciate your cooking, but the portion size you cook for you and the portion size for me isn't going to be the same because X, Y, Z. Come at it with facts. Show her the recommended calories, portion for your height and weight for a meal. Point out how your job is physically demanding and thus you burn more calories. And explain to her that because she got so upset the last time you approached this conversation you felt like your plan was a solution. Offer her a solution of I'm happy to wait until I get home to eat, but either please make a double portion and/or please realize that if I eat something later it's not a personal affront to you but that I'm still hungry. Info. Does she have a history of eating disorders? NTA. If the division of labor in your household is that your wife makes dinner and she doesn't make enough food, that's an issue. It's unfortunate that she takes it as a personal attack. But the bigger issue is that she also dismisses your concerns as illegitimate. And while some people might tell you just to make your own dinner, she takes that as a personal slight as well. At the end of the day, what's happening is that your wife is completely dismissing your clearly stated needs over and over again, which is a bad thing in any relationship. NTA. Your wife is a cry bully. She is abusing you but crying to make herself the victim when you stand up for yourself. NTA. Your wife clearly has some sort of hang-up around food, whether that's an eating disorder or she's just trying to get you to lose weight without actually talking to you about it is anyone's guess, as we don't know her personally. But there's definitely more at play here. It's not hard at all to double a recipe and make more so that your so can have enough to eat. And in most cases isn't really even much extra work. So the fact that she's unwilling to do it and is making you feel like the bad guy simply for requiring a higher caloric intake than her due to your job and activity level really isn't a rational, healthy response to the situation. NTA. Your wife is playing the victim here. Plot twist. Do some grocery shopping. Buy yourself some streaks and just make yourself dinner. Your wife can make herself a salad and make you a side salad while you cook up a steak quick. Stopping for fast food every day will catch up quick too. NTA. It sounds like your wife is trying to force you to lose weight and using tears to make you back down. Openly make a sandwich every night 30 minutes after dinner and refuse to play her game. I have no idea if you need to lose weight, but being forced to diet is gross. NTA. Just cook your own food. If she makes a fuss, just communicate that she is simply not making enough food, and despite telling her repeatedly, she refuses to increase the amount. Although, from her reactions, she might be trying to get you to lose weight.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.